Oh, what a beautiful night it was last night, as one of another team of ours is in the finals. All this and more in our show, which starts now. All right. Welcome to our show today, as we are happy. We are happy. And as always, I am the Jews, and across from me is my partner,
The DOS Man.
the DOS Man. And why are we happy? We're happy because of this. Yes, sir. What a wonderful night last night. As our team, Monterrey, punched their ticket to the final. They were down 2-1 coming home from the away game, and they broke out. Monterrey. Oh my God. Yes, we always have issues.
I don't even know what that was.
Oh. Our team broke it open in the second half last night, as in the 46th minute, Oliver Torres scored the first one to make it 2-2 overall. And then it was a festival of goals. Oh my God, was it ever a festival of goals? As Monterrey scored not one, not two, but 3, 4, and 5. They beat San Luis 5-1 last night, making what they call the overall score between both games, because both teams get one game at home each. And the final score overall, Monterrey 6, San Luis 3.
Tres.
So, happy about that. Happy to hopefully get another one of these little stars up here.
Yeah.
You got the, I don't know if you got the latest jersey or not. So, there's 5 on top and 5 on bottom, right?
4 on bottom.
No, yeah, but I think we have 5 on bottom now. So, the top 5 on your shirt are the Liga MX Championships. And then the bottom ones in the gold are the CONCACAF Champions League, which we've won 5.
Yeah.
So it's 5 and 5. We're going for our 6th title. And awaiting us, we don't know, because tonight, Liga MX semifinal, game 2, you have Cruz Azul versus your Uncle Adrian's team,
America.
which is the last team that Monterrey beat in the finals to get their 5th title. Is it an omen? I hope so. But it's been a tough year. I mean, there was times when Monterrey looked really, really bad.
Yeah.
There was times when they looked really, really good. And last night, they looked really good.
Yeah.
The only thing that bothers me about that is, we've seen it with the Dodgers in the World Series and in the playoffs. They scored a lot of runs one game, and then they did nothing.
Yeah.
So Monterrey scored 5 last night. Hopefully in the first game, they won't be as bad in the finals, but we can turn it around and bring that championship home. So the scenario is this. Monterrey is awaiting the winner between Cruz Azul and America. Right now, Cruz Azul is the top seed in all of Liga MX. So that being said, I'm rooting for America. Why? Because that means we play the last game at home.
Yeah.
Because we are a higher seed than they are.
America is 8th.
America is 8th. And we are 4 or 5. Fifth. Hey, I'll tell you, man, that 5th slot is always a good omen. That 5th slot is always a good omen. So, Monterrey had a little bit of trouble in the beginning of the game last night, as San Luis was really clamping down. They had 10 people hanging back by the goal, and they only left one point at the front in case they got the ball to attack. They were defending with all their lives, but I knew that if Monterrey scored one goal, they were going to have to change their strategy, and that's exactly what happened. The whole first half, they played defense. Monterrey scored. Now they got to go on the offensive to try to get ahead again. What happens? You have been defensive-minded all set the whole game up to that point. Now you got to change to an offensive mindset. The transition is not that easy. So you're trying to change from defense to offense. And what happens is you become vulnerable. You become vulnerable, and San Luis opened themselves up once they changed their mindset, and Monterrey took advantage of that.
Yeah.
So, in last night's hero, Oliver Torres, my God, this guy is amazing. This guy is amazing. He had 2 goals that were, they were amazing. And then to cap it off, the last goal, Brandon Vasquez, who is a former MLS player, took a shot from outside the box, and it was a laser. It was a laser. There was nothing the goalie could do to stop that.
Wow.
So that made it 5-1. Monterrey moves on, and we are happy as we get a chance to go for our 6th title.
Yeah. Very happy.
Very happy. This makes me happy. One, because our Dodgers, hey, go Dodgers, brought the World Series home. Football, Cowboys ain't doing crap. The Rams are doing okay.
Yeah.
But now, another one of our teams is giving us hope, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is giving us hope. So, it's been a rough week for me. Came back from surgery. This is why we've taken a couple of weeks to put another show out. Had surgery. I am in recovery right now, which I'm recovering very well. But middle of this week, a guy who is a fan of Monterrey as well, my uncle passed away. Tough news. So it's been a hard week. So watching Monterrey last night bring us joy. It makes it a little better. It makes it a little better. So wherever you are, hey man, our team is in the finals. So, all right. So that being said, we are awaiting the winner of America Cruz Azul tonight.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that game?
I think it's gonna be a tough game. You've got these 2 teams who, in the past few years, have been really good. America, I believe, are still the defending back-to-back champions, if I'm correct, right?
Yes.
Yes. And Cruz Azul is the best team record-wise in the league right now.
Yes.
So you've got these 2 teams. I wouldn't say necessarily juggernauts, but they're still really good teams going against each other. Now, first game, nothing much happened, really.
All right.
It was a 0-0 tie.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's hard to tell between the 2 who may have the edge,
Yeah, and it's kind of a weird thing because, America plays in Estadio Azteca, which is their venue.
Yeah.
It's getting remodeled right now. They're doing some fixing some stuff, adding some stuff. So America had to move out of that stadium and move into another stadium to play their season this year. And that stadium is also Cruz Azul Stadium.
What?
So they're playing in the same stadium. So there really isn't any home field advantage in this series because they're playing in the same stadium.
Yeah.
This whole season, they've both been playing in the same stadium. So it's home field advantage basically for both of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm going to be completely honest. I really genuinely have no idea who I think is going to come out on top. Because it is tough to tell between the 2 teams. It is tough.
Yeah, America started off bad, but they started really coming together towards the end again.
Yeah.
And Andre Jardin, who is their coach, has gotten them playing well. But Cruz Azul has been tough all year long. It's going to be a good series. I expect this game. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that I'll be shocked if this game does not go into extra periods, and if it doesn't go even into penalties, because that's how good these 2 teams are.
Yeah.
So now, how does that bode well for Monterrey? Because if they go the length, they go extra times, and they go all the way to penalties, that's going to wear them out more, and then it's going to take them longer to recuperate. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. That game's tonight. I believe is it either at 7 or 8 o'clock? 7 o'clock tonight. So America Cruz Azul vying for the other slot into the Liga MX final. We'll await to see who it is. Hopefully it's America.
Yeah.
That way, Rayados can get their last game at home, and if it's not, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll take them either way. So, Rayados, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, got me happy. Got me all happy today. So, all right. Well, that is Liga MX, and right now we got some games going on in the NFL as well.
Yep.
We have about 2, 4, 6, 8 games going on in the NFL. This is week 14.
Week 14?
This is week 14 already. So there are 4 weeks left in this NFL season. Right now, the Saints are leading the Giants 7-3.
Yeah.
The Vikings are beating the Falcons 14-10. The Eagles are barely beating the Panthers. Believe it or not, the Panthers are really playing as well as of late. I'm kind of surprised about that.
Yeah.
Coach Canales has got them playing really well. The Jets and the Dolphins are ahead 15-13. The Steelers and Browns, another game that's being close right now. The Steelers are only ahead by 6, 13-7. The Buccaneers and the Raiders, 14-10. And rounding it in at the end, the Titans and the Jaguars in a snooze fest. Snooze fest, 3-0.
It's there's not really anything entertaining right now.
Now, and then coming up at 3 o'clock today, you'll have the rest of the games. And your team is playing at 3:25 today, and they are taking on none other than the Bills Mafia.
Oh, that's great.
The Bills Mafia is who your team is taking on this afternoon. And then you have the other late game will be the 49ers and the Bears. Yeah. And then Thursday night, you had the Lions
and the Packers.
Which was a fantastic game.
Yeah.
It came down to the last second.
Yeah.
So both the Packers and the Lions both have good teams. But right now, the Lions look like they're Super Bowl favorites. 12-1, and they beat the Packers 34-1. 34-31 on Thursday night. And then, rounding it off on Monday night, a battle of the Bungles and the Bungles.
The Bungles?
The Bungles and the Bungles, yep. The Bengals and the Cowboys. Bengals 4-8, Cowboys 5-7. Believe it or not, Jerry Jones, I don't have it up here, but Uncle Jerry's Kool-Aid, he was dishing it out this week. Oh, he was passing that Kool-Aid out. Oh, I really believe we still have a shot at the playoffs, and we're going to go at this, and, if we beat the Bengals. Okay, Jerry. All right. Sell that Kool-Aid like you always do.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, believe it or not, it is. If they win out, they might have a chance to get in, but I don't see it happening. And I hope they don't. I hope they don't, because that just gives everybody false hope. And then what happens is we'll get into the playoffs, if we do get into the playoffs, and we'll get first rounded, like always. So, NFL, so far this season, like I said, has been a hum for you and I both. Your team is doing a little bit better because that division is really tight right now.
It's the bad division this year.
It's the bad division. So, what is their standings in that NFL West? Do you have those up?
Yes, in the NFC West, the Seattle Seahawks lead the division with a record of 7-5.
Okay.
And then second is Arizona, who is 6-6, as well as the Rams, who are in third. And then rounding out the bottom of the pack, the caboose, San Francisco at 5-7.
Oh, unbelievable! San Francisco being in the conference finals and the Super Bowl the last couple of years or so. Now they're bad. I don't know what's going on with them. So
I like it,
but that is not the worst division, man. To me, the worst division is the South, always.
Yeah,
I mean, you got the Falcons who are at 6-6, the Buccaneers at 6-6, New Orleans at 4-8, and Carolina bringing the rear at 3-9.
Yeah, I know that.
So, and then of course we know the Eagles are leading the NFC East 10-2, followed by the Commanders at 8-5, and then the Cowboys and already eliminated for the season, which is no surprise.
The Giants.
The New York Football Giants are
2-10.
Yep. And then in the NFC North, Detroit 12-1, leading that division, followed by Minnesota at 10-2. And then followed by the Packers at 9-4, and bringing in the rear in that division, the Chicago Bears at 4-8.
As always.
So
yeah.
And then we move over to the AFC East, where Buffalo is leading that division at 10-2, followed by
Miami Dolphins. They, I believe, last week they already clinched the East, if I'm correct. Last week. With their win over, I don't know who it was, but they clinched the East last week. So the Dolphins are second at 5-7, followed by the Jets at 3-9. And then bringing up the rear is New England Patriots at 3-10.
Yep,
who are eliminated.
They are eliminated. Yep.
If the Jets lose to the Dolphins, then they will be eliminated.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the AFC East. In the South, Pittsburgh is at 9-3.
The North, you mean?
The North, yeah, the North. They're at 9-3. They have gotten yet another winning season.
Yeah.
Like winning season number 18 in a row or something. In second, it's Baltimore at 8-5.
Yeah, I know.
Then in third, it's Cincinnati, who's 4-8, and bringing up the rear is Cleveland, who's at 3-9.
Yep.
Which is another one of those as usual teams.
Yep.
Then in the South, Houston Texans are leading it with 8-5, believe it or not.
Yeah.
They're followed by the Indianapolis Colts, who are at 6-7. Then it's gonna be Tennessee Titans at third with a 3-9 record, and bringing up the rear is Jacksonville, who is eliminated with a record of 2-10.
Yeah, and Jacksonville, they lost their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, for the year. He was put in IR
by Azeez Al-Shaair.
Azeez Al-Shaair. That was a nasty hit. I mean, I kind of agree with Rex. Oh my God, I can't ever think of his daddy was the coach of the Eagles for a long time, or was in the Eagles. He was also the defensive coordinator for Rex Ryan. Buddy Ryan was his dad. I agree with Rex Ryan. I think they should really just get rid of the slide. Get rid of the slide. So I think that causes more damage than it does. I mean, what do you gain? You start to slide, and really, it's not where your feet are at that the ball gets placed. It's where the ball is at.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're gaining anything by sliding. So I don't know. Anyways, so I kind of agree with him.
Yeah.
He came out this week and said that you just got to ban the slide. Be done with it. So Trevor Lawrence has gone for the year, put in IR. So we will see you next year, my friend.
Yeah. In the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs lead that division with a record of 11-1. In second place is the Chargers with an 8-4 record.
Yeah, Jimmy Harbaugh.
And in third place, believe it or not, it's the Denver Broncos with an 8-5 record.
Sean Payton.
Yeah.
I knew that guy was going to bring that team back.
Yeah. And then bringing up the rear, the recently eliminated Las Vegas Raiders with a record of 2-10.
Not shocking.
No.
I'm not shocked by that. Not shocked by that at all. So, yep. So week 14 so far is going on right now. Again, we are getting down to the nitty-gritty. Last 4 weeks, and the Jets just jumped ahead of the Dolphins. They're winning 20-15. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Tonight's game, that's the other game that I forgot to mention. Tonight, we're going to have the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Ooh.
The Chargers and the Chiefs tonight. So that should be a good game.
Yeah.
Yep. So that is your NFL news so far, what is going on. But I touched on this subject a little bit earlier because I said our boys brought the World Series home. And in the MLB, the Dodgers are making noise again.
Again?
They are. Not only did they bring back the World Series MVP, no, I'm sorry, the NLCS MVP, Tommy Edman, They brought him back. They signed him to a extension, and then they went out and got Blake Snell, who was a pitcher for, hey Gary,
the Giants.
the Giants. So the Dodgers have been working in their free agency already this year, and bringing in Blake Snell and then re-signing Tommy Edman. Now the whole focus right now, the winter meetings happening in Dallas right now, and the name that everybody keeps waiting on is Juan Soto.
Oh yeah.
What is he going to do? Now it's come out already that the Dodgers offered him above $600 million. I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, they're talking about him bringing in more than $700 million. I don't know that anybody besides the Mets and the Yankees maybe might tinker with that.
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know. He might say, well, I don't know that I want those $700 million. I think I'd rather go over here and try to get another championship. Who knows? Who knows? So if that's the case, then he's got the Yankees, he's got the Mets, who got into the playoffs last year. Now, was that the team that the Dodgers beat on the NLCS? Yeah. So they made the NLCS. And then you have the Dodgers. And then you have everybody else coming in behind them. The Giants could probably try to go after him. I don't know that they will, but anyways. So Juan Soto is the name that's hot right now in MLB. We'll see what he does. But right now they're in Dallas having the winter meetings, and everybody's on high alert to see what Mr. Soto is going to decide. So now the Giants did go out and make a signing.
Who did they sign?
They signed catcher Willie Adames from the Brewers on a 7-year, $182 million contract. So what does that do for them? I don't know. I have no idea.
Probably not much.
Not much. Probably not. So the other thing that everybody's watching on too is just like last year when Yoshinobu Yamamoto came out. This year, everybody's looking to see what Roki Sasaki is going to do.
Roki
Sasaki is a Japanese right-hander who is expected to be officially posted to the major league at the winter meetings this week or next week. I'm sorry. So I thought the meetings were this week. I guess they're next week. But Sasaki, who is 23, is regarded as one of the world's most talented pitchers, kind of like Shohei Ohtani when he came out. So we'll see what happens. Will the Dodgers go after Sasaki as well? I mean, they've been linked to him for a long period of time. And they also, the other thing that the Dodgers have going is that Shohei Ohtani was a teammate of Sasaki when they were together in the Japanese league with the Samurai, Japan and the Samurai. And then Yoshinobu Yamamoto also as well, who is from Japan. We'll see if they'll have some input in trying to coerce Roki Sasaki to join the Dodgers. So, will the rich get getting richer? I don't mind it.
Yeah.
So,
me neither.
But those are some of the things that are going on in the MLB. Sasaki, we'll see what he does. We'll see. Now, here's the other thing that's going on related with the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman actually had ankle surgery.
Ooh.
So right now he's recovering. As you guys remember, the man was the World Series MVP, and there was a reason for that. Is he toughed that whole playoff season out?
Yeah.
With that ankle injury. So, so he is recovering from ankle injury right now. Hopefully he'll come back pretty quickly as we are approaching January. Very quick. We're only a couple of weeks away from Christmas.
Yes.
And then you know what happens right after January? In February, pitchers and catchers report.
Ooh.
Spring training, baby. And it won't be long before we have baseball back.
Yeah.
And I'm happy about that. Let's run it back.
Yep.
So, all right. You and I watched a show earlier today, and it was the playoff.
Yes, it was the college football playoff final bracket,
Final bracket,
the team reveal.
the team reveal. And yesterday, Texas ended up losing to Georgia in the SEC game. Again, 2 costly interceptions by Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
Georgia pulled it off in overtime. So, and then Oregon beat Penn State, barely beat Penn State to win the Big Ten championship. So Oregon is the number 1 overall seed in the playoffs.
The only undefeated team.
The only undefeated team, followed by Georgia. And then, believe it or not, Boise State is the 3rd ranked team in the playoffs, followed by Arizona State, who put on a show yesterday at the Big 12 championship. They trounced Iowa State. It was bad.
Yeah, that was not close at all.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you have it. Oregon, Georgia, Boise State, and Arizona State.
Yep. But there's more now.
There's more.
There's 8 more teams to be exact.
8 more teams. Yep.
And those 8 teams are Texas at number 5, Penn State at number 6.
Yep.
Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, at number 7. Ohio State Buckeyes at number 8. Tennessee at number 9. Indiana at number 10. SMU
The
at
Ponies.
number 11. Yeah. And rounding it out is Clemson at number 12.
Number 12.
Yep.
The Pony Express is back. And that was a hot topic this morning.
Yeah.
Because it came down to, do you let Alabama in or do you let SMU in? And obviously SMU ended up winning that debate. There's a lot of people, Alabama should have got in there, blah, 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 blah. Listen, it was said very well this morning. SMU, had they not played in the championship game and lost to Clemson, which was a very tight game. I mean, they came back in the second half, and it was a last-second field goal that they lost.
56 yards.
56 yards from Clemson to win that game 34-31. If SMU doesn't play in that game and loses, their ranking doesn't change. So, somebody said this morning, and it might have been Nick Saban or it might have been Kirk Herbstreit. One of the two said, you don't want to decentivize the championship games because had SMU not gotten in and they would have put Alabama in, SMU would have been like, what's the point of going and playing the championship game then? So I think they got it right. I think if you get into the championship games and you lose, I mean, you should still not get penalized that much because you lost.
Yeah.
So we're always going to have controversy in this. So you're going to have all these teams that believe they should have gotten in, they should have been part of the dance and all that stuff. So they try to emulate the March Madness kind of field, but you're only doing 12 teams.
Yeah.
You're only doing 12 teams, where March Madness is a lot more teams than that.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
So I said, you want to get rid of all these things? Make college football just like high school football. Create, you go 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A. Break it down into tiers. And then do championships, national championships for each tier if you want to get away from these debates. But this is never going to end. This is never going to end because you got your high-profile teams like Georgia, Alabama, Texas. All these big teams who have big universities are going to always be successful because they pull the best players to go play with it for them. Then you'll have the SMUs who, man, they did a hell of a job this year to even get into this. You know, that was a knock that TCU got, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
They made the championship game and then they got trounced. And everybody's like, oh, they should have been in there. Well, you can't compare. I mean, TCU is a big university, but they're not going to pull the talent that Georgia and Alabama and Texas do. So that's why I said it'd be easier just to – you want to make this a thing where nobody complains about it? Break it down just like high school football. Have your 6A college, 5A college, whatever, however you want to do it. And then have a championship for each one. A national championship for each one. And be done. Or suck it up, Buttercup. Your team didn't make it in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think no matter how it's ever going to be done, there's always going to be people angry.
Yep.
No matter how much they ever reformat it, no matter however they try to fix the current format, there's going to be people mad because their team wasn't good enough to make it in.
Look what happened to Florida State. Florida State lost Jordan Travis to an injury right before the championship game. They get trounced by Georgia, and then they get left out.
Yeah. Well, they had gotten left out even before the bowl game against Georgia.
Yeah, everybody was already like, they're not going to make it in.
No. Yeah, they put in Alabama over them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's a whole crapola every year. College football, I love it. I love the competition and everything. But when we get to this point, it's crap. Because my team should have got in. Listen, back in the 70s, 80s, whatever, you had your rankings, and you played the whole season. And if you went through the whole season and you went undefeated and you got the votes, you were the national champion, and then you had your bowl games. I thought that worked better. But then you had people who were like, "Oh, we were 13-0 too, but this team, because they started number 1 from the season, they got the championship, and we feel like we should be champion." Whatever. It was strength of schedule.
Yeah,
it was strength of schedule. That's how it was determined. The whining, the participation trophy era took over. Everybody wants a participation trophy. So, college football is never going to get away from this unless they really find a fix for this. I don't think they'll ever do that. So, but again, you'll have the easiest path. What they talked about to get to the national championship game would be the number 5 seed, which is Texas. I see Texas beating Clemson and then probably beating Arizona State, but then they'll either have to face one of these 3. They'll either have to face Oregon, or Ohio State, or Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I don't know that this is that easy of a path for them to get to the national championship. So
I don't think it's really. I don't think any path is really easy because you never know what can happen. So.
Yeah. I don't know, but again, college football is just. It doesn't matter what is the CFP, the Bowl Coalition, whatever. It's just not. Nobody's ever going to be happy. Nobody's ever going to be happy because they're going to feel like my team should have been in there and your team shouldn't have been in there. Blah blah blah. It all it comes down to is to money. Why do we have these extra championship games? Why? So you can make one more game and bring more revenue in, and then you're making the team play an extra game, taking a chance that they're going to have some of their players hurt going into when it matters. And then you're going to have a team that got a bye because they didn't play in the championship game. It's going to be fresh. They're going to have all their players back. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I love college football, but then I don't. So, I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Moving on, my friend. So, before we go, let's touch a little bit on the NHL season so far this year. And our Dallas Stars are not doing too bad.
They're not?
They're not doing too bad. They are 3rd place in the Central Division with 32 points behind the Minnesota Wild and the lowly Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Not too bad. So, they did lose to the Vegas Golden Knights again last night, who the Golden Knights are leading the Pacific Division with 39 points, followed by the Kings at 35, and then the Canucks at 32, and then the Oilers at 32. So right now it's really early in the season.
Yeah.
But your leaders in the Pacific is the Golden Knights, and in the Central of the Western Conference is Minnesota Wild, and then on the Eastern Conference, not surprised there. The Atlantic leaders are the Florida Panthers, who are the defending champions.
Yeah.
And then in the Metropolitan division, you have the Washington Capitals.
Whoa, the Capitals.
The Capitals are leading that division at 40 points. They are tied with Minnesota and Winnipeg for the most points in the NHL.
Wow.
So, good stuff going on in the NHL. The Stars doing good.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens as we move on more and more into the season. Um, and then in the NBA as well, we have leading the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Wow. The Cavs.
The Cavs, followed by the Celtics, who are 2 games behind, followed by the Magic and the Knicks. So forth. My Bulls are in 10th place. Oh, it's like the same song every year.
Yeah.
It's the same song every year. And then in the Western Conference, Oklahoma City Thunder leading the Western Conference, followed by
the Mavericks.
Your Mavericks. Luka and company seem to have gotten their things together, and they're playing really well as of late.
Yeah, that is really nice to see. Really, really nice.
Yep. So, as well, the NBA season is a little early too, as well, to see what's going on. But those are some of the things that are happening in sports so far this season. I don't know. I'm excited. More than anything, I'm excited about what's going to happen after tonight when the semifinal in Liga MX between Cruz Azul and America happens, to see who we are going to take on in the finals. So, all right, my friend. Well, we made it to that part of the show where we do a segment where you get to talk about anything and everything you want to talk about, and that is freestyle, my friend. Oh. So with that, the floor is yours, my friend.
I actually did not have anything planned, to be honest.
Really?
I was not expecting a freestyle. I'm like, I can probably eat. I don't know.
I was giving you an opportunity because I thought this was going to be your time to give your Leo Messi plug. Because every time
he won the MLS MVP.
That's what I was going to give you an opportunity to talk about.
Well, I didn't even know he had won the MVP until yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I don't really watch the MLS. Because I don't really watch it. And Inter Miami didn't even win the championship.
They did not. They did not, because yesterday that season was over.
The LA Galaxy.
The LA Galaxy ended up winning the championship. I'm not sure who they ended up beating in that final.
They beat New York Red Bulls.
The Red Bulls, okay. So Jurgen Klopp, who used to be the manager for Liverpool, is now the manager for the Red Bull.
Really?
The New York Red Bull. So he took him to the championship. Wow. Okay. All right. I can't stand that guy, but okay. So LA Galaxy is the champion this year in the MLS.
Yep. And that was their 6th MLS Cup win.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, that's cool, I guess. Messi won the MVP. That's good.
Yep. Now, Miami got a new coach, right? Because Tata Martino went away.
Yeah.
And the coach now for Miami is a former national team teammate of Messi, right? Is it Mascherano?
I believe so.
I think so. So, anyways, I don't know. We'll see what they do next year. But, again, the team that we most closely follow, or I follow, is the Dallas Burn, or FC Dallas now.
Yeah.
And they didn't do anything this year. So
no, they did not. They did not.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I was just going to give you an opportunity to talk about how your man Leo Messi was the MVP of the MLS this year. So not a surprise there. I mean, the guy's won a ton of Ballon d'Ors and all kinds of accolades. So it is no surprise that Leo Messi was the MVP of the MLS this season. So, All right, my friend. Well, that brings us to the end of our show today. And as always, hit that like and subscribe button wherever it's going to be. We hope you enjoy our show. We enjoy bringing these shows to you. Again, happy belated Thanksgiving to all of our Bloodline family.
Yeah.
And a happy upcoming and Merry Christmas to everybody. We'll plan to do hopefully a couple of more shows before Christmas. And then we'll take probably about a week or so hiatus to enjoy Christmas time and spend some time with family.
Yeah.
But as always, we love doing this. Shout out to all our subscribers. We appreciate you. Keep the comments coming in, and we're responding to those. So we appreciate those. Keep those coming in. And as always, you're my pride and joy, and I love you. And this is Bloodline Sports. It's all relative.
Goodbye, everyone.